Sandra, welcome to another episode of Asexualized, my asexual life. This is supposed to be education about asexuality, all things asexual, and I share my own asexual life journey in order to help you and yours. If you haven't already subscribed, please hit the great big subscribe button below right here, right now. Please hit that bell icon to get notified of every time I go live like now or post a new video. And don't forget to give that video a thumbs up if you're enjoying the content as we go along, if you find it useful, helpful, insightful, entertaining in any way, shape or form, or you just want to give this channel some love. Really do appreciate the thumbs up. It helps to raise awareness of asexuality. If you don't know who I am Sandra Bellamy, author of this beautiful book, Asexual Perspectives, 47 Asexual Stories, Love, Life and Sex, A Celebration of Asexual Diversity. I'm also the founder of asexual.com and the founder of Asexualise Academy. Hey Ray, nice to see you. Lots of love. I know I'm not feeling too well at the moment, so thank you for joining me. I do appreciate it. Thanks for the thumbs up, and hello to everyone else who's watching. So, orgasm, right? I just don't get what an orgasm is. I don't understand it, right? I am asexual. I lack sexual attraction, right? I've had sex in the past, right? I don't have sex anymore. I haven't had sex since 2011, but I still, to this day, don't really understand what an orgasm is. I mean, it's defined in the dictionary like the height of sexual pleasure, but it's like, I don't really get it at all. I don't understand it, because to me, the word orgasmic means something that's fantastic, amazing, explosive, like the best thing in the world. And I don't associate any of those things with sex. I don't associate that with masturbation either. So I am in some sexual dating groups on Facebook, and they do post a lot of posts on there, you know, to keep the group interactive. And some of the posts are very difficult for me to see because they're very highly sexualized, very high sexual content, and other ones are not so bad. And oh, hi Sam, nice to see you. I just noticed I got a message from you, Sam. I'll answer you later. I've only just switched my phone back on. So yeah, so I noticed in this group, right, that they had this post, but I didn't quite get it because I didn't quite take in what it meant. And it was meant to be a game, but I got serious about it, and now they've deleted my post and my comments. So it seems unless you're highly sexual and want to just play along, then you can't actually post, because they'll remove it. Because one of the admins was kept trying to debate things with me, saying, oh, why don't you just play along? I'm like, well, I don't want to play along because it's not being honest. Honesty, integrity is important. And I think it's a conversation that needs to be had in reality. So this was a post. I've been trying to find it for ages, which is why I'm late on my stream, but I couldn't remember where the post was because they got so many posts in this group. And I have to admit that they do keep the group very, very interactive. I think they must live in the group. Do you know what I mean? It's like constantly in it. And so this was a post from December the 3rd. And it's when I orgasm, I yell out, tap predictive text 5 times to complete the sentence. So I didn't really particularly take much notice of the tap predictive text 5 times to complete this sentence, right? Because it's supposed to be a game where you just tap the predictive text. So I didn't really, pay much attention to that, because I wanted to say, well, I don't experience an orgasm, which I did. I said, I'm heterosexual. I don't really understand what an orgasm is. I don't really get it, and I don't call squirting an orgasm, so it's just some liquid that comes out, so I really don't get it, and so I don't do it. And then I'm like, if I've touched myself, it's just squirty liquid. That's all it is. I don't, and if I wouldn't like if my body starts to feel a bit out of control, I stop it, because I hate stuff like that. Do you know what I mean? I said I never even tried masturbation until 2014, and there's loads of other stuff I'd rather be doing. Do you know what I mean? I'd rather kiss, but there's loads of other stuff I would rather be doing. I've got better things to do with my time, right? And anyway, this admin didn't like the fact that I didn't partake. She goes, all you have to do is press your predictive text on your phone. In the end, I said, I'm not even on my phone. I said, I'm doing business work on here and I need to get back to it, And so she deleted my post because there's not my comment, all my comment and her replying back, so I can't say to you the very specific words I use, but I know I was talking about. I said, well, it's an interesting conversation to have about reality, and I said I won't be someone I'm not. Do you know what I mean? I won't play a game. I said, how would that look to guys when I told them I don't like sex if I'm playing that game about, I know it's a game, but how would that look? It wouldn't look. It would look like I was being dishonest. And I said, I'll always remain true to who I am. It's who I am. So she obviously didn't like that. So so this was just predictive text of whatever came out of your phone. It wasn't like what they really thought of it, which I thought it was what they really thought of it. Maybe this is because I'm a bit like I can't understand orgasm stuff. I really can't. But I didn't realise. But I did find someone who's married in their group, and I called him out without using his name, and they found him. He left as well. I said, oh yeah, because there was another group saying, things that there was another group post saying that if you what turns you off in a man, and I listed a load of things, and I said including if they're married, like someone in this group who's posted under their profile that they like someone to share life with, then they were married last year on their profile. And they must have known it was them who I was talking about. Must be true, because they left the group. Because the admin wanted to know. I told them, and they're like, "Oh, they've left the group now." And she goes, "Oh, well, he was married, but now he's single because he wants someone to share his life with." I said, "How do you know that?" I said, "If he only got married April last year, it takes ages to get a divorce, and it clearly says in April last year he got married." So likely he's still married, and he's just in that group pretending he's single and written that under his profile, basically. So so he left because I sussed him out. So that was quite funny. But yeah, I don't get what an orgasm is. I don't understand it. I still don't understand it to this day, and it's hard because I'm writing the Asexual Guide to Sex, because and really I should know what it is. But all I can do is give textbook definitions from my point of view, because I still don't understand what it is. I'm going to have to say in the book that I don't, this is what it says by textbook definition, but I don't get it. I don't understand it at all. I just don't understand it. I can't see how anything about like physically coming and squirting liquid is orgasmic. I don't get it. To me, I don't associate the word with that. Do you know what I mean? It's just I just don't get it. It's like, what the hell is it? I don't understand it. When people say to me I had an orgasm, I'm thinking, well, what is that? To me, I think as far as I can understand it, it's when people's bodies shudder and go into like spasmy things, and then they start yelling out because their body's out of control. That's the impression I get from it. That's the only impression I get from it. I'm like thinking, well, I wouldn't want to put my body in that position. If my body even starts being a little bit out of control, if I touch myself, I can't. I have to stop it. I can't go too far with it because it's just too much. You know what I mean? I don't like my thing. And besides, I'd rather be doing other stuff than that anyway. Lately, I'm kind of getting a bit bored of doing anything to myself anyway. It's like I just start me doing with it half the time. I'm just like, I'd rather just leave my bits alone. But I do miss kissing still. But yeah, so I just don't get it. If anyone wants to enlighten me by putting down in the comments what it actually is, because I really still don't understand it. I just don't get it. When someone says it to me, I don't understand the words. Oh yes, and this is what the woman said in the sexual date group. She goes, "Oh, if you touch yourself, then you will orgasm." And I'm like, well, no. I don't even understand what that is. So no. And I'm like, if my body starts to feel out of control, then I stop. And sometimes it makes me feel sick in doing that. So I'd rather be doing other stuff. And so, yeah, I think, because telling someone they do that, I mean, I don't get it. I really don't understand what it is. I don't. If anyone wants to enlighten me, I feel like I'm completely in the dark still. I'm like, I've been helping asexuals now since 2015, right, on this channel, but I still don't get what it is. So when someone's trying to say to me I had an orgasm, I'm thinking, what the hell is that? I just don't understand it. How's that different from squirting liquid out of you? I don't get it. And liquid's liquid, isn't it? At the end of the day, it's like big deal. Do you know what I mean? I don't think it's a big deal as in the sense, obviously, it takes some effort with your body to do that, and bodies are precious. But, it's kind of like, in terms of the word orgasmic, which I think of that as like wow, that was incredible. But the word, that's what I associate with. I don't see squirting some liquid as wow, that was amazing. I just see it as a function. Do you know what I mean? And a lot of women can't do squirty stuff anyway, apparently. Only selected women can do it in the world. So which is very interesting. So yeah, it's very, very interesting. It's called squirting in a woman. I learnt that much because I didn't know. I'm like, can other women have fluid come out of them? And apparently it's called squirting. And I'm like, oh, that's interesting. Yeah, so and there's only certain women can do it, not everyone can do it. But you know, it's like I honestly I don't understand like it. I mean, I know some, you know, like just because I'm asexual doesn't mean to say I couldn't do that. But in my particular, you know, because I'm asexual, but in my particular case, I think it's because I'm asexual I can't do that. So what I mean to say is some asexuals can obviously orgasm, but I don't think I can because I don't get what it is. I don't understand it. Do you know what I mean? I honestly don't get it when someone says that to me. I'm like, it's like they're speaking a foreign language. I don't know if anyone else feels like this, but it's like, it's just to me, it's like, I don't understand it. I don't get it. And I've had sex in the past and I still don't understand it. Sam, I can't help having the foggiest. Yeah. I don't get it. You would have thought because I'd had sex in the past, I would know what this is, but I just don't get it. I don't get it. I can't. Do you know what I mean? I'm like, can someone enlighten me? Because, like, if it's just a case of your body goes out of control and it goes into spasms, how's that nice? I don't understand that. How would that be nice? A spasm to me is not very nice. It's something that's usually you take a pill for to stop. Because it means your body's doing something not natural and it's going into pain. Do you know what I mean? It's like I don't like pain, in case you didn't realise. You know what I mean? I'm not into BDSM or any of that stuff for me. Sorry, if you like that type of stuff, but I'm not sorry in this for me that I don't like it. Do you know what I mean? Because I'm being honest. But you know, I know there's some people asexuals that like that type of thing. Just for me, it's just a screw up face matter because I'm just not into that type of thing. But I don't get it. I don't get it. And you know, like it seems like the sexuals that they're one, you know, the one thing they love is actually achieving that, and it's like all sex is based around it. No, I don't know. I like the textbook. Let's look at the textbook definition of it. I just don't understand it. I don't get the difference between squirting some liquid or a guy coming and orgasm. I just don't get it. How I don't think they're the same thing. I think they're different, aren't they? But I don't get it. I really don't understand it. And obviously this woman wasn't liking it in the group. I said, I don't, you know, I don't get that. And she wasn't happy that I wasn't playing along with their game. But I said, I'm not going to play along with the game and do made up words for an orgasm, even though it's a game, because I'm literally not interested. I mean, you know, I literally don't experience it. And so it'd be wrong of me to do that. I'd be like, I wasn't being honest, basically. Orgasm, Wikipedia. This is what it says. It's a bit vague to me. It still doesn't make sense. Do you know what I mean? I still don't understand what it is. If I can get over it on the page. Right, orgasm from the Greek. Oh, from Greek. Orgasmos, excitement, swelling, also sexual climax, is a sudden discharge of accumulated sexual excitement during the sexual response cycle. I still don't know what that means. Resulting in the rhythmic muscular contractions in the pelvic region, characterized by sexual pleasure. See, I don't know. I just still don't get it. Experienced by males and females, orgasms are controlled by the involuntary or autonomic, or I can't even say it. Autonomic nervous system. They are often associated with other involuntary actions, including muscle spasms in multiple areas of body. That's what I mean. Why would anyone want to have spasms in their body? How is that a pleasurable experience? A general euphoric sensation and frequently body movements and vocalizations. See what I mean? I think that sounds horrible. The period after orgasm, known as the refractory period, is often a relaxed experience attributed to the release of the neurohormones oxytocin and prolactin, as well as endorphins. I mean, my body doesn't, you know, like if I touch myself, my body like does a few things, but I mean, do you know what I mean? It just, yeah, it sounds like gobbledygook. Do you know what I mean? Like if I touch myself, my body does start making a few moves, but then I'm like, I've had enough of that. I don't want my body to go out of control. I don't even, like if it goes too much, I'm not, but I still don't understand it, because even if I squirt liquid and even my body moves a little bit, I still don't get it. It just, what I mean? Why would you want your body to go into spasms and that be pleasurable? I don't understand. Do you know what I mean? I don't get it. To me, that must be painful, because it's like I said, like I've had tummy spasms before because I've had a tablet that didn't agree with me. Like I was allergic to the ingredients in one of the tablets the doctor gave me. And it was just constant spasms. And it's like, well, that's horrible. It's like if a woman has a period, her pelvic area can, down below can go into spasms. Like it's not very nice, to be quite honest with you. So I don't really understand. What else does it say? Human orgasms usually result from physical sexual stimulation of the penis in males, typically accompanying ejaculation in the clitoris of females. Sexual stimulation can be self-practiced, masturbation, or with a partner, penetrative sex, non-penetrative sex, or other sexual activity. The health effects surrounding the human orgasm are diverse. Well, for me, it sounds like it's rubbish. There are many physiological responses during sexual activity, including a relaxed state created by prolactin, as well as changes in the central nervous system, such as temporary decrease in the metabolic activity of large parts of the cerebral cortex, where there is no change or increased metabolic activity in the limbic areas of the brain. There is also a wide range of sexual dysfunctions, such as anorgasmia. The effects impact cultural views of orgasm, such as belief that orgasm and the frequency/consistency of it are either important or irrelevant for sexual satisfaction in a sexual relationship, and theories about the biological and evolutionary functions of orgasm. I can't even say it properly because it's just, to me, it's gobbledygook. And I don't really understand it. And it just it's not something that really interests me that much. But you know what I mean? When they say, when they say these effects impact cultural views of orgasm, such as the belief that orgasm and the frequency/consistency of it are either important or irrelevant for sexual satisfaction in a relationship. Or for satisfaction in a sexual relationship. Yeah, they're irrelevant. I think they're irrelevant in any relationship. But yes, I mean, sometimes they say that asexuality is a sexual dysfunction, which it isn't. You know what I mean? It's like, it's a lack of sexual attraction. It doesn't mean to say that you can't have sex. Some asexuals can't, for what, because their just body doesn't work like that. But many of them can if they wanted to. They just don't want to because they don't experience sexual attraction. So what is this? But there are people with sexual dysfunctions, obviously, like impotency. They'd have sex if they could. So what is anorgasmia? Is a type of sexual dysfunction in which a person cannot achieve orgasm despite adequate stimulation. Anorgasmia is far more common in females than in males, and is especially rare in younger men. The problem is great in women who are post-menopause. In males, it is most closely associated with delayed ejaculation. Anorgasmia can often cause sexual frustration. Well, that's interesting, especially because that woman told me, she goes, oh, if you touch yourself, then you have an orgasm. Well, clearly there are people who don't. Ray, they make it sound like a complicated process. Exactly, Ray. I still don't get it. I just don't understand it. And I can't, like when I'm reading it out, I'm not reading it out very, very flowing, because it just, to me, in my voice, you can probably hear, it's just something that really kind of gnarls at me. I don't really feel good about it. Do you know what I mean? I feel like, yuck. I don't, like if people are okay with it, that's fine. But to me, it sounds very painful. Really, I mean, when if I touch myself, my body does move a little bit, but I can't have it moving much because I don't like the idea of it being out of control, and that would hurt me. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's too sensitive an area. Do you know what I mean? Like, you have to just stop. Like, with myself, I'm just like, oh, I'm not enjoying this. I'm just going to stop. This is too much. Do you know what I mean? I've got better things to be doing with my time. But yeah, it's just like really, really weird. But yeah, the anorgasmia just proves that not every person can achieve an orgasm. And I think that's all right. I hate it when people say they've got dysfunction. Like, you know, like not everyone in life can do everything, can they? Do you know what I mean? Oh, hi, Naila. Nice to see you. But do you know what I mean? Not everyone in life can do everything. Like, I just hate when people say everyone's got a dysfunction or they're not normal because they can't do something. You know what I mean? I just think of all the people that actually are sexually attracted to people and they can't, you know, they're impotent or whatever. I just think, you know, it really must make them feel terrible. Oh, you've got dysfunction. Maybe their body's just not designed that way for a reason. Maybe they're meant to love without sex. Have they ever thought of that? Do you know what I mean? You know, just as loads of people are meant to like have sex. I'm crossing my eyes now in disbelief. Maybe, you know, maybe some people are just destined not to have sex. And instead of calling people who with that impotency dysfunctional, maybe they should be just thinking, well, you've been blessed with the fact that you can live without sex. You basically have to, I guess. But, you know, I mean, I think, you know, they should see it that God gave them a gift, really, of being able to have the opportunity to be without sex. I know that's not how everyone sees it, but do you know what I mean? I think you've got to make the best of your life, really. Do you know what I mean? And I just think it must be awful when people, you know, when you're impotent, whatever, people to just keep saying you've got a sexual dysfunction. You know, it's just like, I just think it's so wrong. It's like telling someone, well, you're not made right. Do you know what I mean? And I just think it's very sad that people speak to people like that. Rather than saying a sexual dysfunction, just say, well, you can't do that for whatever reason. And you know, you've been given the gift of being able to live, love, and be happy without sex. You know, they might not think it's a gift, but I think everything is a gift. Do you know what I mean? Like, some people have got, like, I know there's people who've got disabilities and they've got no legs or no arms. I saw a guy, I don't know if we've got the brochure here still. I don't know where it is at the moment, but I saw a guy on stage, Nick Vajicic, I think is how you pronounce his name, and he's got no legs and no arms. He's got one flipper foot. And he goes around the whole world, like, speaking like that, you know? He actually can have sex. He's married with kids, even though he's got no arms and no legs. So, you know, I think people should just be thinking whatever situation they're in, they've got other gifts. Do you know what I mean? And they were born like that for a specific reason. Instead of looking at negatively at people all the time, I think people should be looking at people in a more positive way and should be encouraging people to feel good about themselves no matter what. Do you know what I mean? So I don't honestly, I don't get what orgasm is anyway. And I don't think, you know, if you can't have it, I don't think it should be this big thing like, oh, why can't you do it? You know, like I don't even think I have that. I think maybe I do. I do get aroused, and maybe I do have some physical sensational pleasure down below sometimes, but I don't think I have a full orgasm thing, whatever that is, because I just don't think I do. I don't think I would ever want to either, to be perfectly honest with you. It just seems a very, very foreign concept to me. But I just think it's sad, you know, for the people that can't actually, like guys that can't get erections, for example, that, you know, that they're made to feel bad about themselves. You know, I think everyone is beautiful in and of their own right, and I don't think people should be made bad to feel bad. I never reached one, and I don't know that I could. I've decided to give up. I'm not comfortable saying the word. Oh, you've decided to give up masturbation. Yeah. Yeah, I've talked about masturbation. Yeah, I mean, I can do masturbation. I can squirt, which is apparently quite rare for women to be able to do that. But to me, it's like, you know, if my body starts feeling a little bit like I get, the only thing I can associate with is kind of like, if I do touch myself, I can feel like it getting a little bit out of control. But then it hurts and it gets sore and I don't like it, and it makes me feel horrible, and I just have to stop doing that. I'm like, no, this is not good, Sandra. You're not feeling good about it. You're feeling quite disgusting about this. It doesn't feel good. Just stop doing it. I did it from boredom and curiosity. I did the research I wanted to do, and now I'm done. Yeah. I think it's, you know, like if you want, I didn't even try it till 2014. I never even did that. I didn't need to. I thought it made me feel sick, the whole idea of it. And then I tried it. And it can get quite addictive sometimes, especially if you're trying to play a game with yourself to get better and better at it. And then I just like nowadays, I just think my body has had enough. It's like, okay, you didn't used to do it. Now you've tried it for quite a bit, and now you just don't want to do it anymore. I think my body's just fed up with it. I like studying how my body and brain reacts to different things. Yeah, I mean, a lot of people, like, I would still say to asexuals, you know, like if they're going to get into a relationship with a sexual person, particularly, that it's very, very, and if they're going to do some sexual acts with them, it's a very good idea to do things with their own body so that they can become aware of what they like and they don't like, so that it can make sure boundaries are in place before they get into a relationship. I think that's quite important. It's something I will be talking about in my Asexual Guide to Sex book. I think it's very important, you know, like, I mean, touching your own body, like masturbation, is very stigmatized still. Like I didn't even feel comfortable about talking about it for a very long time. And you know, I would say, you know, that it's very important for people to get used to their own body. I mean, I didn't do this before I was in a relationship because I never did masturbation. I was in relationships with heterosexuals for almost half, well, probably, well, it's actually over half my life because I was in relationships since I was 6 years old with heterosexuals, but I had a break between the age of 6 and 14, I think it was. And then I started being, you know, but you know, I just think it's important that if you can, that you can feel comfortable enough to touch your own body if you want to, and that, you know, that you explore it. If you're going to get into a relationship with a sexual person anyway, then you can work out what you like and don't like, and you can set some boundaries in place because you know that. But then other people might want to, you know, if you really trust a person, other people might want to actually find out what those boundaries are within a relationship, you know, like find out what you do and don't like in a relationship. And I do think you don't know everything until you're in a relationship with that person, whether you do or don't like it. Like certain parts of touching, like, you know, like, and you might change your mind as well. You might like it sometimes, not other times, or you might like it in the beginning and not ever again. Do you know what I mean? So it does change. Personally, I'm unaffected by anything sexual or non-sexual things. Oh, right, okay. There's dry humping version of it. Personally, I'm unaffected by anything sexual and or not non-sexual things. There's dry humping version of it. There's thousands of ways. I only tried, I don't know, to try, and others not to continue. Yeah, I tried different ways of masturbation. It's quite interesting sometimes coming up with different ways to do it. I think, you know, you can help other people when you do that. I could write a book about it maybe one day. Masturbation techniques. I did actually think about doing that. I was being quite serious. I'm blushing now. But you don't find me blushing about much. Because I was just like trying different techniques after a while because I was thinking nothing's much working because I'm just getting bored of this. So let's try something different. Do you know what I mean? I think certain positions work better than others. So yeah. Oh dearie me. There is a lot of things. Yeah, it's hilarious. There is a lot of things you can do actually. But I mean, you know, I mean, lately I've just been starting to feel like I used to feel really sick with it, so I couldn't really do it very much. And then lately I've started feeling really sick again with it, and like I don't like it. It doesn't feel good, and so yeah, I just kind of leaving that mostly alone at the moment because it's like I'm not feeling really good about it. But I find it's very difficult if I become really aroused talking about kissing and thinking about kissing. That's when or if I feel aroused by something I don't want to feel aroused by, because it's kind of like I do feel like I need to relieve the arousal, which I didn't used to get in the past. But then I was with a, you know, I was in a relationship for a long time. I have so many things I would rather do than attempt to masturbate. The whole process sounds boring to me. Thank you, Sam. Yeah, it's I think I, you know, like I think it would have been better if I'd never tried it in the first place, to be honest, because I decided to man up and dedicate to having a mature conversation with my boyfriend, and it went perfect. Yay! This is good, Naylor. Yeah, this is good. Yeah, I mean, I think it's quite easy to get bored of masturbation. I did try a lot of different techniques, actually. I was getting quite good at the different techniques, but lately I've just started getting, like, not feeling good about it. And, like, I don't, you know what I mean? I don't, you know, like, I always used to prefer in the past my ex when I was in a relationship. him doing that for me, not me. I used to feel sick at the thought of doing that myself. But I only did it for research. That's great, Naina, about the boyfriend. Yeah, it's really good. Yeah, I think it's fine though. If someone wants to masturbate, I don't think it's a bad thing. And I don't think women should be ashamed of it, because there's a lot of things about men doing that, but there's not much, there's kind of like a shame around women doing that, I think. I think a lot of people, I didn't get anything out of it. Well, I do actually get something out of it. To say I didn't would be a complete lie, so I'm not saying I didn't. But sometimes I don't like it. Sometimes it just hurts. Well, it actually usually hurts me, to be perfectly honest, quite a bit sometimes. So I have to stop. Starts hurting, I'll have to stop. Do you know what I mean? And it's kind of like, do you know what I mean? I'm not saying I'll never do it again, but at the moment I'm just not really into that. And lately I've been getting like further away from it, like haven't been doing it very much, so I'm quite happy about that, because I don't really want to do that. But it's like when I get really aroused through thinking about kissing, which I think is why a lot of asexuals masturbate. A lot of asexuals masturbate, I think, for relaxation, from what I've read, like even in my Asexual Perspectives book they talk about masturbation in here. If you've never got a copy of it, check the links out below. It's a really good book. But yeah, they talk about it in there, and a lot of them do it to relax. But I used to do it to wake myself up. I went through quite a long period of time where I used to do that to wake myself up, because I'm like falling asleep. So that was quite funny. Most men do it all the time. Something I'm not normal because I don't. Oh, thank you, Ray. Yeah. Yes, I think a lot of men are constantly doing that, aren't they, from what I've read? But yeah, I think it's good that you don't. I think, like, there was no reason for me to start it, really. Well, there was a reason. I know why I started it. And my grandma died. It's a really weird story. True story. In 2014, my grandma died, and I just thought everyone's doing that, so I thought I'd give it a try before I'm safe to give it a try. And I think I was like using it as a way to kind of get emotions out, I think. But yeah, I just thought basically like give it a try, and then part of me thinks, well, it better been better if I didn't bother to even start it, because like it can get addictive. Like I used to play a game with myself, like how many times can I do squirt in a row? It's just like, why not? Cool guy M, cool brush guy M. She needs to get laid. Like sexist much. I hear people say that shit a lot, and people just gotta chill out. Yeah. Yeah, if a guy masturbates, it's cool. And if a woman masturbates, it's like she needs to get laid. And I think that's really, like, disgusting, I actually think it's far healthier for women to touch their own bodies than it is to go around, like, they go around having one night stands, or go around, like, waiting for a guy to do that. Do you know what I mean? Because the thing is, if you do need sexual pleasure at some point, or, like, even if it's not sex, if you need sexual pleasure, it's better to get that from yourself than go on dates and get that from a guy that might treat you like shite, excuse my language, and leave. And do you know what I mean? And not be interested in you as a person. It's better for you to do that to your own body, then you know what your limits are, and can stop it, than go out and just think, well, I'm not getting anything from myself, so I'll go and do that elsewhere, and then relying on men for that. You should never rely on anyone for fulfillment in life but yourself. And then when you get a relationship, you should be a whole person. And this includes physical stuff too. So I would rather masturbate than go out and then end up like with a guy and get into a bad situation with a guy. Do you know what I mean? Or need a guy to do that for me. Do you know what I mean? I'd rather be able to be self-sufficient in that way, because I don't want to rely on a guy for anything, it's very important that you rely on yourself as much as possible, or if you do anything, that you know fully well what you're doing, and that you're doing it for the reasons that are right to you at the time. Ray, you're not normal. You're extraordinary and a wise man. I'd rather pull my bow. And Ray means that literally, because he's an archer. I have to say that, because there can be a lot of sexual connotations with bows and arrows and stuff like that. So I just thought I put that away. Say rather pull your bow. You mean an actual proper bow, not as in a sexual thing. You're above normal. Yes, you are lovely, Ray. We think you're amazing. Normal people follow a crowd. Love, peace, and light. Sex is only to be with someone that respects you and doesn't use you. It's special bonding. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, obviously there's a lot of asexuals that don't want sex at all. And I think that's a good thing. You know, I don't think an asexual has to have sex. I don't think an asexual has to believe sex is good. And not every asexual will think it's a bonding thing. Those that have sex will possibly think that, but those asexuals that are sex repulsed and don't want it will not think that. Do you know what I mean? Like, I think there's a lot of other ways you can bond with your partner without sex. Dry humping for the win. Yeah, it's much better. But I prefer, like, my ultimate pleasure is kissing. Like, my ultimate pleasure is bodies intertwined, clothes on. My personal one, not talking about other people. My personal preference is body intertwined, clothes on, snogging, French snogging, deep penetrative French kissing for 1 to 3 hours at a time, and throughout the rest of the day. That's my favourite thing to do. I'd rather do that than anything. I'd rather do that than dry humping. I haven't done, like, I can remember one time I did dry humping since my ex, but before that with other people, I can't remember it. But I did try dry humping. But yeah, with my ex, I was in, like, it was different. I was in a relationship with him. I think scientifically, and I'll learn psychology and see from all sides. Yeah, I might get my first kiss tomorrow after 11 years. Ray, go for it, Ray. Go for it, Ray. Ray has got another date. Wow. Does she kiss? This is only your second date, isn't it? I think women are told to kiss on the third date, just to let you know. Yes, I wish you good luck, Ray. I hope you do get your first kiss tomorrow, but make sure she's happy with that, because I think, like, it's stupid in a way, but dating coaches often say about physical stuff being on the third date, but I mean, I snog on the first date, so, and it's probably my last as well. First and last date snog, that's it. I've never been on a date. Oh, yeah, it's really nice. Your boyfriend can take you on a date. You can still be in a relationship and go on a date. In fact, if you're in a relationship, you should be dating, going on a date with them. Do you know what I mean? As in, out from, you know, like, as in specifically having a date night. Like, you pick a night out of, you pick a night out of the week, and you, like, can make that date night. You can make it a weekly thing if you want, or once a month, or just, you know, randomly. Oh, mum won't let you. Oh. Okay, yeah. It's not your fault, Naylor, yeah. I'm sorry to hear that. I have to wait until I'm 18 in March. Oh, yeah, your birthday's before mine. Mine's in April. Yes. It'll be worth waiting for, though. Yes. Ray, yes, second, she's coming. Yeah, second, she's coming to my house for dinner. Well, you might get a kiss then if she's at your house. I think you should ask her, unless she puts her lips near you, then you know pretty much she wants you to snog her. But I know some guys have been really good and they said, "Oh, can I kiss you?" And I'm like, "Yeah." I like it when they ask me. It's really sweet. I mean, the guy who was Indian, though, didn't he put his lips near mine, like nearly kissing them before he actually did it. And then I reciprocate back. So I'm sure you know what to do, Ray. The new Star Wars movie is coming out. I have an idea to convince her to let me and him go to the movies with a chaperone. Oh, right. Okay. That'd be good. Yes. I love Star Wars, I have to say. I mean, I've always watched Star Wars. I mean, I probably like the superhero movies more, but, you know, because I like, you know, really, really, really modern stuff. And I think Star Wars, but you know, like, it's older, but I've always, you know, I know it's got modern versions now, but I do like probably superhero movies more. But I do usually go and watch the movies on the cinema, or I used to watch it on TV, the original Star Wars, over and over again all the time. I'm surprised I didn't know the whole blimmin' film, but yeah, I used to like the film called The Last Starfighter as well. I don't know if you've ever seen that. That was on TV. a long time ago, and I recorded it off the TV, but I don't watch TV anymore, and I don't think I have that anymore. But yeah, I hope it goes well, Naylor. I really hope it does. I really hope it does. It's important. But yes, Ray might get his first kiss after 11 years. Whoop, whoop, whoop. I tend to kiss a guy once a year, I've known. I was shocked when I found out, like, Enley were siblings. Oh, yes, we're siblings. Well, if you want to talk about something very, very taboo, there are people, you know, that have incest. I know it's not a talked about topic, but it is true. It happens. Do you know what I mean? Luke, yeah, Luke and the woman, yes, siblings, yeah. But you know what I mean? It can happen in real life as well, can't it? That two people don't know they're related and they fall in love, and then they find out later they're related and they didn't know in the first place. They didn't mean to like have incest or whatever. Do you know what I mean? It's human nature. It's natural. Think, you know, like it's natural for some things to happen like that. Do you know what I mean? Like I know it's very taboo and controversial what I'm talking about, and people will be like, "Oh, you can't talk about that. It's ridiculous." But I mean, it does happen, whether we like it or not. You know what I mean? If you look in the right places, like Google places, you'll probably find quite a bit of it. But there's certain cousins removed that can have kids. Yeah, you're supposed to be able to, like in England, you can marry a second cousin. But do you know what I mean? There must be people who, like, you know, who are siblings who do actually do stuff. I mean, obviously, there's a lot of abuse that goes on as well, which is disgusting, and I don't agree with that. And I'm not talking about that. You know, where you know relatives are doing things to each other. I can't abide by that. I think it's disgusting and repulsive, especially when they're as adults. You know that they're meant to be kind and caring, and the kids meant to trust their parents. Do you know what I mean? Like I'm not talking about that. That's just hideous. And that goes on, and it's horrible. And I really hope that anyone who's gone through that gets some therapy and gets away from those people. You know, they should be locked up for doing stuff like that to, you know, their family. It's not nice, is it? And got some therapy themselves and got rehabilitated. Do you know what I mean? To understand that they can't do that. But yeah, some people think it's weird if a kid falls in love with an adopted sibling. I don't think it's weird. Yeah, I mean, yeah, because if they're adopted, then they're not even blood related anyway. Do you know what I mean? Like, if you fall for someone, you can't really help it, can you? But you don't have to take any action on it just because you fall for someone. Do you know what I mean? Because not everyone's right for the other person. But there was a group called Same Difference, a girl and boy. That was really weird relationship they had. They were on X Factor, I think it was, together in the UK. And their relationship more like boyfriend and girlfriend, the brother or sister. But the guy's gone off and done a career on his own now. He's on a program called Loose Women. I don't know how I saw him on there. I think because I don't usually watch TV, so I don't know how I came. I think I was googling Same Difference, and I was trying to work out what happened to them, and it came up with a Loose Women episode, and he was talking on Loose Women, saying that yeah, it was kind of looked like a bit of a weird relationship between me and my sister, but I didn't see that at the time, but now I do. So, yeah, I heard about them. Don't watch the TV, so not sure which one it was on. Yeah, they are blood related, brother and sister, and they seriously acted like boyfriend and girlfriend. You know, you wouldn't have thought they were brother and sister. They just act so much like a couple. Be right back. Okay, I'll have to go in a bit anyway, Naylor, because it's getting on now for the time. So, and I'm seeing an asexual friend tomorrow, one of my best friends, not my bestie Sam, but another best friend, Andy, who's usually on this channel but has gone to sleep. So they can get up early to see me, and they're coming to my asexual group meetup next Sunday as well. So I'll have a double dose of them 2 weeks. I don't think that's ever happened before, so that'll be really good. So I'm really, really looking forward to that. But I think, you know, I've talked enough about this tonight. Do you know what I mean? So I don't really understand what orgasm is, I'll say, to finish off with. I still don't get it. Oh yes, hope you two have fun tomorrow. Thank you, Sam. Thank you so much. But yeah, I just I just still don't get what an orgasm is. Do you know what I mean? Have a nice time tomorrow. Thank you. Yeah. So what are we doing? Oh yeah, me and Andy are going to. Oh, this is a plan I've got. I posed the plan to Andy. Andy's asexual on this channel, into guys. And yeah, seeing them tomorrow for the first time on my own in a long time. And we're going to go. I'm picking him up at the coach station at 11, and we're going to Nando's. Thank you, Ray, near where I live. And then we're going to go for a walk along the quayside, because I kept telling him how nice the quayside is, because I don't tend to like going in nature that much. Like, I'm not really a nature person, but I have the quayside that is 5 minutes away from where I live, and it's like my bit of countryside in the city. So I do like the quayside. It's very, very, very beautiful. It's got swans and ducks, and I think you've seen it on this channel in some of the live streams I used to do outdoors. I used to go across the bridge. And so we'll be going there. It takes about 40 minutes to walk around. Because I have fibro, I need to be near a toilet. I can't go out for hours, miles walking, because I need to be near a loo. Do you know what I mean? I'll be blunt with you. And so I have to go, I have to have one near me just in case I need to go loo. So down by the quayside, there is a toilet on the quayside, and there's pubs you can go for have drinks in and places to eat. Not that I can really eat down there, but we're going to go to Nando's first, because Nando's is like only 15-minute walk from the quayside, but we'll have to go through the quayside to get to Nando's and go back again, because the quayside's quicker. And then we'll be going for like a 40-minute walk round, and then up to the city centre to go to the market, Christmas market. I have actually been to the Christmas market with my female friend last weekend, because she wanted to go around it, and I'm like, I've already arranged to go around it with my friend Andy, but I'll go around it with you anyway. So I'm going to go around it again, and then we're going to go and see the lights, because I think the lights go on at 6:30, and there's beautiful Christmas trees. Like every year, I don't know if Andy remembers this, but I did post a video one previous year. But basically, in Princess Hay, which is like a major shopping centre in my city in Exeter in the UK, down one part of it, there's all like decorations at night. There's all like lights and everything lit up, which is amazing. And down one side of it, they have all these Christmas trees, and a lot of them are done by charities. And you can see all the different like handmade baubles and different charity baubles and different things. They've put like different little knickknacks on them, and they have like loads of trees. They might have like 20 trees, 15, 20 trees maybe. I think it's more like probably 15, but I don't know. There's a lot of them, and every time you go down all these trees, and they're just all lit up with all different lights, and they're just so beautiful. So we're going to be doing that tomorrow, and then we're going to go and eat in Wetherspoon. So we're going to be out all day. I'm the world's next Harry Potter bookmaker. My dragon series will defeat all competition. Oh, really? Are you going to beat J.K. Rowling? Sam, I'm going to Kent tomorrow to support my brother in a charity boxing match. Oh, yes, Sam. I hope that goes really, really well. Really, really well. Naylor, pain. I feel it. Yeah, like Sam's not a fan of boxing, but they're going to support their brother because it's for charity. So I wish you all the best for that tomorrow. Yeah, it's weird that it's on the same day that I'm seeing Andy, isn't it? Next week, I've got an asexual meetup with about 5 of us, and we'll be going for food, drink, and chat in Wetherspoons then. But tomorrow I did want to go like Nando's for lunch. I don't want to, like, it's nice to have some proper chicken. And Sunday Christmas party where I don't know anyone. Oh my God, that's this weekend, is it? My gosh. I have to catch up with you on Monday to find out what happened with all this stuff. One of my exes goes in mosh pits at concerts. What's mosh pits? I don't know what mosh pits is. I mix boxing. I teach my kids to box. Oh, really, Ray? Wow, Ray, you're like lots of sharp, painful things, right? Oh, bless you. But yeah, you're very gentle with dogs. But yeah, wow. I miss boxing. I teach my kids to box. Well, it's good they can defend themselves, though. I have to say that. But yeah, I wouldn't mind learning more defense. But I have never said this, but I did once You do saber battles. Wow. Is that to do with saber-tooth tiger stuff? But yeah, I've forgotten what I was going to say now. Oh yeah, I once started years and years ago to do a self-defense class, but it was horrible. The person literally grabbed hold of me and chucked me, and I got badly bruised and never went back again. They literally used me as a guinea pig, and they got hold of my hand. I'd only just started the class. I think it was the first class. It was only the first. It might have been second. I think it was the first. Yeah, it must have been the first because I never went back. And they literally grabbed hold of me, flicked me in the air, put me down like that. And I was badly bruised and hurt. And I thought, I'm not going back there. Do you know what I mean? Because I get bruised easily as it is, and it was awful. And it terrified the life out of me. I wanted to do the self-defense, obviously, for various reasons. But I didn't want you to be used as a guinea pig, especially not when I only just started. Mosh pits is to do with heavy metal or something, I think. Enbow staff battles. Saber as in lightsaber. Oh, right, okay. I think the way things are is good. Kids can look after themselves. Yeah, but some kids use boxing for bad things, don't they? I used to do karate. I came third in national championship when I was a kid. Still have the trophy. Sam, I did not know this. I'm quite glad we're carrying on this live stream now because I'm really happy for all you. Wow, Sam, I didn't know that. I came third in national competition when I was a kid. Oh, I have to see your trophy one day. You have to take a picture. Oh, that's amazing, Sam. I think that's a good thing to do. Neither. I don't care for violence. It's fun from adrenaline, but spiritually it can corrupt me, and I can't stand pain. Yeah, spiritually it can be very bad. I agree with you with that. I don't like violence at all. I can't even get through gym without dodging a ball or a person and making the team lose. Oh, that's hard. That's really difficult. But I appreciate the fact that you don't, you can't really be violent. Do you know what I mean? Like I did used to watch box parents, but I used to like the ones that don't get much blood, the really big names that don't really touch each other very much. They don't cause many blood stuff because I can't stand blood. I'm afraid of pain. Yeah, I hate pain too. That's why I'm not into BDSM whatsoever. I don't understand that. I mean, I do understand it from an asexual educational point of view, but I don't get how people think you're giving someone pleasure or being pleasured through pain. Pleasure and pain are two completely different polar opposites. That pleasure and pain can't live in the same space together. They're opposite to each other. You know what I mean? It just doesn't make sense to me. And I know lots of people do participate in BDSM, but I would never give permission for someone to hurt or hit me. And I would, if someone gave me the permission to grab hold of them or chain them up or whatever, I would never do it. Do you know what I mean? I don't want to be that type of person doing that to someone, even if they wanted or begged me to. I'll be like, no, you're not in your right mind to want me to do that and hurt you. You should love yourself enough to not want me to do that to you. And I should love you enough to say no, even if you're begging me to do that, because I won't do that to someone. Do you know what I mean? I just won't hurt them. I'm not, obviously if someone's coming at me and trying to hurt me and hit me, then I would defend myself. Believe me, I'm not, I don't take things lying down. I defend myself with speech, like being quiet, speech. But obviously if someone's coming, I think they're going to punch me in the face, I will literally make sure that I defend myself. If I have to, believe me. Sam, I don't like violence. I'm only going to the boxing to support my brother. I wouldn't choose to see it otherwise. Yeah, I know you are. Nayla, today I actually realised I'm getting more paranoid than I used to be in gym. I saw what I thought was a ball fly overhead and I got skittish and ducked, moved away and realised nothing was there. See, I don't like sport. I've never liked sport. And when I was at school, I used to be picked for the team last because no one used to like me, basically, which is fine. But it was quite horrible then because I used to get bullied and didn't really have any friends. And the only friend that did was friends with the bullies. So it's kind of horrible, really. You know what I mean? And so I tried to get out of sport really. I didn't like rounders was okay, but it's like, you know what I mean? I just didn't really like it. I didn't like communal showers. It was disgusting. I tried to get out that as much as possible. Luckily, when I went swimming, I can't swim, but I did go in the swimming bath. I got a verruca on my foot, so I kept using that as an excuse that I can't do swimming. I can't go in showers and stuff like that, communal. Ray, my son Brendan used his boxing skills to save someone that was getting bullied. Wow. But yeah, but didn't he get into trouble then? Do you know what I mean? If he's did he get into trouble then? Do you know what I mean? Sam, I detest sport. I used to do everything to get out of PE at school. Yeah, I'm the same as you, Sam. I don't like sport whatsoever. I can't stand sport. It bores me to tears, and it's just like my sport's dancing. You can call it dancing. That's sport, but no, I love dancing, but I don't like sport. It's so boring. It's just like a waste of time to me. Apart from I understand people do it for health reasons, but they can go to the gym then, can't they? But you know what I mean? I do like if I met some guy for a relationship and he wants to do sport, I wouldn't stop him doing it. I wouldn't say don't do that because I don't want it. I'd be like, fine, go and do it. It makes you happy. It's good for your body. It's healthy. Congratulations. Do you know what I mean? I'll be happy for them, but because there's likely to be, you know, guys that I meet that if they're looking after body that probably will do sport and I'm fine with it, but I'm not going to be taking part in it. And, you know, like if I needed to go and watch them occasionally play sport, I probably would because I'm supportive like that. But it's not something I really want in my life very much because I don't like sport. It balls the heck out of me. If I could turn into my dragon or wolf form, I'd be able to be violent. I'd have power and not be afraid of pain. I'd rather dance and lift weights and do sport aside from boring staff and BO staff and cyber battles. I'm the same as you, Naila. I used to do weights between the ages of 17 and 19. I've still got weights in my house, but I really hurt my arms. I did really heavy ones. I was lifting, was it 16 pounds each side of my arm? 32 in total, I think it was. York dumbbells, guys ones. So yeah, but my muscles are still big because I do press ups on a mat most days, and so my muscles are nice and big still. They're bigger now than they used to be. I was just feeling them earlier actually. I'm like, wow, they're getting more solid. Ray, he did, but it was for good reason. All my kids hate bullying. Yeah, yeah, Ray, I know it's for good reason. It's you know, I hate bullying too. I can't stand it. I can't stand it. But I mean, I would have thought he would get told off for that because, you know, I hate bullying. Yeah, people think I'm great at basketball because they saw my trick shots. No, I can only do tricks. I love challenges. Probably more than I can lift. Oh, Sam, thank you. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was 32. I think it was 16 on each arm. It was really heavy. I had 4 on each arm. And I used to go to the gym, and I did used to have, you know, I went to see, after later on in my life, I went to the gym, and this guy says it's just too heavy for you. You're going to damage your arms. I mean, I pretty much damaged them anyway, I think, because it was just too much. Do you know what I mean? But it's like I've got big arms now. It's very difficult when you put a dress on though, because I can't do the dress up at the back. Like my arms, like they just won't. Do you know what I mean? I'm going like this all the time trying to reach it. Can you see? My arms are like that. My muscles are that big. I can't even do that. It really, really hurts. Ow. So you know what I mean? Like one of the dresses I've got now, I have to put it over my head with just a little bit of gap and push everything up and squeeze everything down to get in it. Because I can, you know, I can't do it up. And I didn't realise, like, when I went out dancing last time, it was so sweet. This girl told me in the toilet, do you realise you got part of your dress undone? Not the whole lot, just the top bit, because I forgot to do it up. But it was really weird, because at the same time, this woman, she forgot in the toilet, not the same day, not the exact same time, she had her flies undone on her trousers. And I told her, and she goes, oh, I'm so thankful you told me that. Oh, you're such a honey. Thank you so much. So it's really funny. So I got told about my dress, but I forgot to do up the last bit at the back. And then I told someone about women about a flies being under. So they're really nice people. You know, where I go dancing, a lot of them nice. I've had one woman and she was really rude. And the toilet, she goes, well, how old are you? You know, it's like, well, it's none of your business, basically. But a lot of the people there are really friendly and nice. Sam, I relate at the moment. I'd be like, too heavy for me. Hold my tea. Yeah, I still got I've got some weights that are just £6 each now, but I haven't used them because I don't need to use them because I'm literally doing like 10 of these every day or most days. And when I pull my shopping trolley, which is full of food, and I pull it up the stairs, and even when I pull it everywhere, I put a lot of weight in it. I mean, I have water bottles. I know it's going to go completely off the original topic, but I have water bottles and I have to drink 2 litres at least every single day. I drink 2 to 4 litres. The hospital said I need to drink at least 2 a day. So I have 2 to 4 litres every day. And I have 8 bottles of water in my shopping trolley at one time, which 2 litres each, which is 16 litres. And I have other stuff in there, like 3 lots of soy milk, a litre each. So I'm literally carrying up the stairs and move like 19 litres plus the rest of it. So you're talking like 20 litres. And, you know, like to pull them up the stairs, even with my arms, and to pull it everywhere across the road and everything, it takes a lot of muscle power. It builds your muscles up. So I do the sit-ups and then I do that, and that's fine. That's just like doing weights, because in effect the trolley's the weight, and the stuff in the trolley is the weight. So that's how I keep my muscles really big, like, and I have to, if I don't do the sit-ups, because sometimes I don't, like this morning I did them, yesterday I didn't, and I get back pain, lower back pain, so I have to do a certain amount of exercises all over my body, my neck exercises, pelvic exercises, back exercises to keep my body strong. I still jog 2 miles a day, even if I'm 55. Wow. That's incredible, Ray. Wow. 2 miles a day you jog. That's incredible, Ray. I'm so proud of you. I know you do keep your body in shape, even though I don't want to look at your body in general, but I do know you can't help but notice it. Like when you wear some clothes, they're not, they're quite figure hugging, and you can tell that you keep your body in shape, which is why you do look younger in your body than some people do. And you keep yourself fit for your age. Do you know what I mean? I think that's a really good thing. I need to get water. I think that's really good that you do that. You're always getting a lot of exercises. It's really, really good. It's really, really good. I don't know why I'm putting water in there, but I need to keep my voice fresh so it doesn't go out. Yeah. But yeah, I think I'm not into sport. I'm just not doing it. But I hope the boxing goes well, Sam, tomorrow. I hope your brother wins. I'm thinking he probably will win from what you've told me about him. So yes, and I hope your date goes well tomorrow, Ray. I want to hear all about it. You do know that, don't you? Wow, I think it's really good that everything's come together, I think it's amazing. I think it's amazing. I think I will find my asexual Indian soulmate one day as well. He will pop up one day, but I think I'm probably going to be one of the last people to find someone for a relationship. I honestly think I probably will do that. Everyone else will probably find a relationship, I know, but me. But that's okay. Like maybe I'm destined to be single forever. So, but I know I have an Indian soulmate wherever he is. I just know it. But yes, Ray, I hope you get the kiss, and I hope it goes very, very well between you two. I'm guessing it will. I mean, she's going to have a good guy with you, obviously, and you've got lots in common, and that's very attractive. When you've got a lot in common with someone, it becomes very, very attractive. Do you know what I mean? So I think it's really, really important. Like I get very attracted to it. I'll tell you all. Yeah, I think it's very, very important for attraction, seeing as we're going off on different topic now. But I think in terms of attraction, one of the things that makes a person more attractive is obviously being very open, honest communication, talking a lot, but also is having things in common. I better go and see Molly. Yes, because Molly's not doing very well. Go and see Molly. I'm going to sign off in a few minutes. Go and see Molly. Have a nice time. I think, one of the things that does increase attraction is when you have a lot of things in common with the person. Do you know what I mean? When someone's saying to you, I'm like that, gosh, I'm like that, I'm very similar to you in that, it makes, you know what I mean? When you resonate and relate with someone on that deep level, you feel connected to them more, and therefore you increases the attraction, even though it's not a physical thing. It's more like a things in common. It creates more emotional attraction and connection if you've got a lot more in common, if you resonate with each other, because you feel comfortable and you feel like you've known each other for a long time, longer than you usually do, because you have this, like kind of things in common that you just really relate to each other and feel, like you can relax more. Like if you've got two people who have constantly got opposing views, then you're not night, Ray, good luck. If you've got two people that have got constantly opposing views, it's not going to feel very good. You're going to be repelled by them. Do you know what I mean? You're going to feel like I can't relate to them. But I think the more that you've got in common with a person, that's why when people say opposites attract, it's kind of like, right, in theory they might attract, but for long-term committed relationship, for easeability and not like getting into fights or being up and down the whole time in a relationship, it's much better to actually to actually have things in common with the person a lot, because then you feel more relaxed and calm around them and can relate to them much better, and that increases attraction. When you got that feeling like, oh, I can just relax and chill with them, that's much more attractive than someone who you're just opposing all the time. I mean, the opposing might be exciting to some people because it might be like, oh, a bit feisty, but that's wearing down after a while, and it's not really proper healthy love. Do you know what I mean? Healthy love is respecting each other, appreciating they won't have everything in common the same, but it's understanding and appreciate each other's point of view, and also being similar on a lot of things as well, whilst appreciating the differences. But I do think you've got to have a lot of things in common. Like I feel so much better if I'm with someone who's got a lot in common with me. Like if I'm with someone who's got opposing views all the time and totally, disagreeing with me a lot, it's fine for them to disagree with me, no problem, but I don't want that type of person in a relationship, because it's just going to be conflict all the time, and you're going to feel like unassured. Do you know what I mean? Like it's nice if your partner does reassure you sometimes, even though you should be, in and of yourself fine. I think it's nice that your partner reassures you, not that by necessarily saying, oh, I'm reassuring about this, but just by being like you, it reassures you that you're that you're good as you are, kind of reconfirms it, because they're like a reflection of you looking back at yourself. So does that make sense? If do you know what I mean? That if they are doing something and living something and got certain attitudes, beliefs and morals and values, if you're living the same ones, then it kind of feels like you're getting that reassurance, not because you're like, oh, reassure me, I'm so insecure, but because it makes you feel more secure naturally. Do you know what I mean? It's not a forced thing. It's a natural thing. You're feeling more secure. You're feeling more happy because you've got these things in common. You know that you can trust a person a lot more as well. And I think that's so important in a relationship, and much more important than physical stuff, to be honest. Don't get me wrong. I think physical, some physical stuff, whatever you want to do is great, whether that's cuddling or kissing or holding hands or whatever. But, I think really at the core fundamental foundation, you'll have bestest ever friendship in a relationship. And you've got to have a lot of core beliefs, values and morals the same as each other in order for it to be a smoother relationship as possible, and to have a great deep understanding of each other. Do you know what I mean? And I think a lot of the stuff, what you need to look for in a relationship is someone who makes you feel comfortable in yourself, and who is naturally similar to you in certain ways, and who you naturally feel good with, and like kind of your hobbies and interests like really melt together in the same that thing, that they might be different but they kind of blend in. So you might go out and do your certain thing at that time, they might then have their thing at that time, and kind of like you might have certain times where you're both a bit more free and can talk. So I think it's good to have a lot of commonalities and similarities. I think too many differences are just conflict, and it makes this relationship like up and down all the time, and it's just like you feel like you're on your own a bit more. So anyway, I think because I'm freezing now. Anyway, take care, and I'll see you on the next video or live stream, because it's going. But I'm gonna say goodbye because it's freezing. I've done enough anyway. So I think we've covered everything tonight. Don't understand what an orgasm is still, so that's fine. If anyone knows in between, pop a download in the comments. I am going to say good night because the video's starting to freeze, and I think we've covered everything tonight, and I can talk about other stuff another time. So until next time, Rachel, Quirky, and each other. Thank you so much, Sam, for tuning in, Ray, Naila, and whoever else has been watching the whole time. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. Hit that great big bell icon to get notified of every time I go live like now or post a new video. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up and share the channel with a friend or anyone you think may benefit from it. Thank you, Sam. Goodbye. Have a great day tomorrow. You have a great day. Have a great weekend. Tomorrow and Sunday. I'm on the end of a text if you need me. Obviously, I have my phone switched off quite a lot tomorrow, but you know what I mean. If you need me, I'm here. Take care. Have a good time. Bye.